It's finally here, Week 1 of the NFL regular season. As the Green Bay Packers finalize their roster ahead of a much-anticipated first-game matchup with the Chicago Bears, the franchise will officially kick off its 100th season. Well, there were some mild surprises during cutdown week, including the release of Vince Biegel, Ahmad Thomas, and Aaron Ripkowski. The Packers' key players remain mostly healthy and intact. A new-look defense, debut of Jimmy Graham, and return of Aaron Rodgers point to another exciting season in Green Bay. Around the NFC North, a Black Saturday came and went for many roster hopefuls and established veterans. In Minnesota, the tenure of a career Viking defensive end came to a close while another former defensive player will join the team in another role. The Bears also will have a new potential monster of the midway with the arrival of Khalil Mack via trade, while the Lions released one of their bigger free agent acquisitions. Here's a look at final cuts around the division and a couple newcomers in today's roundup. Detroit Lions Week 1 vs. New York Jets. Lions establish 53-man roster. Here is a full recap of the Lions' moves on cutdown day to get to 53 players. Deshaun Cheetah's Lions' most surprising cut, Zach Zenner to IR. The Lions' free agent signing at cornerback was released after training camp despite a $1.5 million signing bonus. Detroit Lions signing ex-Eagles RB Donald Pumphrey to practice squad even after adding LeGarrette Blount and Kerryon Johnson. The Lions are bringing in another running back in the form of the NCAA Division I's all-time leading rusher ***. Editors note, this is only because the NCAA record book doesn't count bowl game stats from before 2002. If it did, Rondane would still hold the record. Chicago Bears Week 1 at Green Bay. Bears announce 53-man roster. Saturday's final cuts in Chicago are detailed here. The Bears will go into the season with just 2 quarterbacks on the roster. Bears trade safety DeAndre Hall to Eagles as the Packers cut ties with a former 4th-round pick in Biegel. So did the Bears with 2016 pick DeAndre Hall after just 8 games with the squad. Bears trade for Khalil Mack, sign record extension. Of course, this roundup would not be complete without a rundown on the Mack acquisition by Chicago. A brief recap of trade and contract details here. Minnesota Vikings Week 1 vs. San Francisco. Cuts are in. The Minnesota Vikings have a final 53-man roster. This breakdown of the Vikings roster provides a look at how the final cut day shook out in Minnesota, especially at a competitive wide receiver position. Vikings releasing 12-year veteran Brian Robinson. Vikings Terrence Newman starts new NFL career as nickel defensive backs coach in a little bit different kind of roster move. The 40-year-old Newman retired from the NFL after 15 seasons and will immediately join the Vikings coaching staff as a wily veteran of Mike Zimmer's defensive system.